Sunday NRL, and we're starting off with the Brisbane Broncos hosting the St George Illawarra Dragons. Going to get the Broncos on a first half line, -5.5, and also on the game line, -10.5. They're the top two bets. Also, Kotoni Staggs to score a try in this one. There are a bunch of try scorers you could take, but I like Staggs. He's offering some pretty good value. Check out the article below, or if you're watching on YouTube, head over to bets.com.au to check out the full game preview with the best odds for my picks in this game. Now, Brisbane, they've lost 2 of their last 3 games at Suncorp Stadium, which is not good for them. And you can see they've struggled a little bit in attack. Ezra Mam, though, coming back this week, and say what you want about the guy off field, but on field, he's fantastic, and he, I think, will help to reduce the clunkiness of this Brisbane attack that we've seen in a few games so far this season. The Dragons, they've played 9 games at Suncorp since the start of the 2019 season. They've only won once, so they have a terrible record at Suncorp Stadium. So that's why I like Brisbane to get on top here. If you're looking at the first half, why I like the first half line, it's not very often that I take a first half line. But St George Illawarra are the third worst team in first half possession. They are terrible at that. They are one of the worst teams in first half territory. They're terrible at that. Their first halves aren't good, and they haven't been good for a while. They're letting teams bust them up, and Brisbane, they're at the opposite end. They're pretty good in their first halves, and they like to get out to a lead. They've been run down a couple of games. So what I like here is the Brisbane 5.5 line in the first half, because you're getting under a converted try. What else we got here? St George Illawarra, they were clicking as a team earlier in the year. 3 wins from the first 6 games, and the two of the 3 losses they had were just by 1 point. So, they could easily have been 5 from 6 to start the year. But then they've just fallen off a cliff. Those first 6 games, 19.6 points per game to their opponents. In their last 4 games, 31.6 to their opponents. So their defense has just totally collapsed. Their structures, their combinations, their skill, their confidence, everything's just gone. As I said, Brisbane's attack has been a bit clunky, and you can see that with your eyes in their games if you're watching it. They just haven't really been hitting those combinations, but I think Ezra Mam will go a long way to fixing that up. Brisbane, they're 4th in the league in line breaks, averaging 5.7 per game. The Dragons allow 1,477 run meters. That's ranked 13th in the NRL. So you're going to see Paddy Carrigan, Payne Haas just chomp up those meters, put the Broncos in position to score points. They've scored the first try in 3 straight games. Kotoni Staggs has been a bit quiet in the try scoring ranks so far this year, but he has scored 7 tries in 5 games against the Dragons. So he likes it getting up against the Dragons, getting him to score a first try and anytime try scorer. As I said, check out the full article on bets.com.au. Don't forget to click subscribe, follow, comment who you think will score a try in this one. And it's a head-to-head between you and me.